Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Fuck me.
We need an picks edit, 100%.
Yeah, hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 62 of the Everything Motor Racing podcast. We are late. It's Tuesday night. We are late. We couldn't find our schedules to match up, but whatever. We're here. We're not queer, and we're doing all right. You know what I'm saying?
Speak for yourself.
I was just about to say speak for yourself. You fucking beat me to it.
Whoops. So 62. Jacob, please give me 62s.
Honestly, it's 9:30. I can't fucking think.
And are you taking?
Yeah, I know Manzi, but other than that,
I was going to say Manzi. Come on, you call yourself a Manzi fan.
Yeah, I know Manzi, but other than that, I got out.
Oh, there's barely any. There's Aidan Leibenberg who raced in the Rebel Rookies Cup, and the only one. There's two more. There's Bly Traz, who actually follows the page. He raced in the European Talent Cup, and there is a throwback.
Oh.
There is a big throwback. Jacob might know. He raced in 125cc's. He raced in Moto 3 as well. He raced in 125s, raced in Moto 3, and then went back to the CEV and came third overall behind Fabio Quartararo in the Chev. And then the year after, when Fabio won everything, he even stood on the podium with Fabio.
Martin.
Got it.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah,
Fuck yes.
Good job.
As soon as you said third in Chev behind Fabio, I was like, I know that.
Yeah.
What a nerd.
Yeah, that's fucking sad, isn't it?
It's mad. He did share a podium with Fabio at Catalunya 1 in 2014 when Fabio went and won pretty much every race. But yeah, it's weird to think, you see him doing that. He was on the decline of his career and Fabio was on the up of his. See how they've gone.
Yeah, he was Aspar, wasn't he? And then that Tigreton team.
Yeah, it was all a bit weird. But yeah, moving on from that already. So the last few podcasts, as we've said, every race we've gone, well, that was boring. That was boring. That sucked. I'm not really enjoying this anymore. But Assen, oh my goodness me, Assen never fails to deliver, does it?
It delivered. Yeah. Oh my God.
And it didn't just deliver in Moto 3, it didn't just deliver in Moto 2, it delivered in all three classes. Like, that is one of the best Moto 2 races, for example, I've ever seen.
Yeah. I still think MotoGP was the weakest of the day. However, it was still a really good race.
It was the weakest of the three, but then it was still a good race, seeing freaking Aleix do absolute madness,
Incredible race. But it's just Moto 2 and Moto 3 were better, in my opinion.
It might have just been because I was seriously hungover. Moto 3 was it just didn't capture me like it normally.
Really? I thought Moto 3 was
really
wild.
good,
Like, it wasn't, like, I'm not saying it was bad, but like, by Moto 3 standards, I thought it was quite tame.
Really? Compared to Sachsenring, it was...
Yeah, Sachs was a one-off, though, with Aro, and like, that wasn't a normal Moto 3 race. Like, this was a normal Moto 3 race.
Do you think? I don't know. I think it still had something special, even for Moto 3.
Well, it was still brilliant. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not slating it.
I want to, whilst we are talking about 3, I want to give some credit where credit's due. And you're not going to believe what I'm going to say right now, but I want to just give a bit of credit to Anna Carrasco, who did, of course, finish dead last again, but she was in a 5-rider battle from Mario Aggi, Luca Lunetta, Watley Frosato, and then Carrasco. The bottom 5, there was only less than half a second between Carrasco in last and then Aggi in 18th.
Yeah, but and Watley, that's progress.
Yeah, they're both, then Frosato, they pretty much like caught up with the rest of the field, really, because Frosato, like I've said the whole way through, he shouldn't be there because he's not experienced enough anyway. Lunetta was made his debut. Sorry, I keep coughing. Lunetta obviously made his debut and did genuinely really well. Considering he's never ridden Assen, I don't think. And he's obviously he's used to Moto 3 in the Chev, but it's not the same. And then obviously Aggi, who's a bit too big for the bike. They did pretty well.
A bit. You could put 2 Aggis on 2 MotoGP bikes. And then literally the Moto 3 bikes, you'd be like the equivalent about 5 times. It's outrageous.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's
2 people the size of Aggi on 2 MotoGP bikes side to side would probably be the way. Oh, don't worry.
Okay. And I just want to say as well.
It didn't track.
We've been saying it for a while, but David Munoz finally did what we've been saying he's been doing.
Yeah, it was coming, wasn't it?
It was coming.
To be fair, though, the worst part is it wasn't a stupid move, in my opinion.
It was a rookie error.
Open, but it was rapidly closing.
Yeah, like a more experienced rider wouldn't have made the move.
No, 100%. But it's not like he just came, straight through a closed door.
It wasn't like Sasha Ring last year where he took everybody out.
Yeah, like the door was open, albeit not for long. So it wasn't a stupid mistake. It was a rookie mistake. I think there is a difference.
It was definitely a rookie error, but it's David Munoz doing what everybody says he does and knocking people off.
Yeah, you've just been Munozed.
Yeah, literally. I think I made a meme.
What would be wild is if you saw the end of that, you saw David Munoz DNF, Joel Kelso DNF, you'd think, oh, that was related.
Yeah, you would. Joel, because early in the race, David Munoz, I'm pretty sure, he came into contact with Joel. Something happened with Joel and he was shaking his head at David, or something happened somewhere over the weekend. And I was like, Joel will not be happy with that.
Yeah.
I can't remember what happened.
I like Adrian Fernandez, but that was a move that was not
Adrian Fernandez.
The slightest. And now it's ended up with a broken leg for Joel.
Yeah, that's got him for Joel. He has no luck at all, to be honest.
But that was a move that wasn't on.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. It just wasn't on. But the thing is, the main talking point that I wanted to say later, but screw it, we're talking about it now, whatever. Neither of those riders have been penalised.
Yeah, they have. Both have LLPs.
Oh, good. I was going to say.
Only LLPs, mind you.
Well, that's all right, given that, Nakagami didn't get an LLP for his whole Catalunya incident, and yet Fabio Quartararo has a long lap penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, he threw the toys out the pram for that one, didn't he?
He did. And then Yamaha have even gone and put a flipping statement out as well.
Yeah, they wanted to go to the CAS, the Court of Arbitration of Sport, to appeal. But because you can't actually appeal the decision through the FIM or IRTA, you can't appeal it in the CAS either.
Yeah, well...
it's just a long lap penalty. It's not going to affect Fabio too much.
I've got the statement here.
Right, you got it there. Cool.
It's the principle, and I agree with it.
Well, it's inconsistent. Even Kevin Schwantz said something about it, and he said, that actually, I could be wrong there. I know he said something a while ago, or he said something at some point about inconsistencies and with the stewards and stuff, but basically, sorry, I keep having to mute my mic to cough because for some reason I can't stop coughing.
But what they can't see is your face when you're coughing.
Yeah.
You look like a cartoon, with their eyes pop.
Yeah. Fuck, it's like really down in my throat, but that's what she said. But so Lynn Jarvis basically stated, this is exact quote, Fabio Quartararo, this was quite ironic, I'll say in a minute. Fabio Quartararo, to say it again, this is Lynn Jarvis's statement. Fabio Quartararo, the Monster Energy Yamaha MotoGP team, and Yamaha have always striven for fairness and sportsmanship in MotoGP. So back in 2015. We are disappointed to see the inequality of which penalties are applied by the FIM MotoGP stewards panel.
Right.
So he's basically saying that it's pretty inconsistent. It goes on to basically say that the Monster Energy Yamaha MotoGP team disagree with the Sunday's decision by the stewards panel. Fabio Quartararo admitted to making a mistake, but the team view it as a racing incident, and Fabio has a reputation of being a rider without a track record. I'll agree with. It was an honest mistake without malicious intent. Agree with them. They acknowledge that LH's race was affected, but the Venus' impact is a matter of conjecture. They feel that the panel is measuring the severity of racing inconsistent subjective standards.
Yes.
And this is what they said. They said the inconsistency of which penalties are applied by the FIM stewards panel during the 2020 season damages the fairness of MotoGP and the faith of the jurisdiction. There have been at least 3 more serious race incidents in the MotoGP class, resulting in riders retiring from the race and or causing injuries that were left unpunished. You only have to go back to Catalunya, where Rins had his race ruined, and then missed Sasha Ring the week after because he was injured, and then Nakagami got no penalty, and then Bagnaia also had his race destroyed. His champion. He went into Assen with 91 points from the championship lead.
I'm not saying he would have won it, but podium was on offer.
It has scooped up at least, say, 13 points at Catalunya.
Yeah.
Like, well, then again, it's Pecco, he might have done. But yeah, no, I agree with it. Like, even going back to Qatar, Pecco taking out Martin unpunished. Taka taking out two rider. I think Taka got away with it because he himself got hurt. I didn't think they expected him to be fit almost.
Yeah, but again, it doesn't matter if you get hurt. You know, you've ruined 2 riders' races.
But I do think that helped him. Like, it shouldn't, but I do think it did.
Or is it that Freddie Spencer used to be a Honda rider?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's always something. There's always a nugget somewhere, isn't there, that makes you go, I wonder if it's this. Suspect. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Freddie Spencer hates Yamaha, confirmed. There we go.
Well, like, I remember when Cal Crutchlow got that right, you know, when he jumped the start and Cal went mental, didn't he?
But he jumped the start.
It was like...
it was minimal, but by the letter of the law, he jumped the start, so he couldn't have any complaints. That always made me fucking laugh at it.
And he was like, where's Freddie Spencer's office? No, I need it.
And then when he was shown the footage, he still didn't disagree with it, even though it was in front of him. Like,
Yeah, it was a funny one, but...
It was hilarious, but it's like, you know, when it's there in black and white, and it's not a steward's decision, it's a decision that's, you know, there and then. You can't really get out of it. But this, 100% I agree with them. They should be able to protest it, at the very least.
Yeah, they should. I mean, I want to know your two's thoughts. Do you think that Fabio should have been penalised for this?
Yes, I do. But I also think Taka should have been penalised, and Pecco should have been penalised for taking out Martin.
What about you, Cameron?
Yeah, I think I'm on the same page. I mean, that's the protest here, even from Yamaha. It's just the inconsistency of it. They're not necessarily like, oh, it's not a punishable offense. They're just saying if X is a punishable offense, then why is this? You know, because there's similar and even worse situations that have gone unpunished. So why is this one? And if you're to look at the overall championship as well, it actually helped Aleix, really.
Yeah, it did.
You know, because he came home, what, 4th?
Yeah,
so he got 13 points over Fabio. Or, you know, clawed back.
He went from 34 to 21, yeah.
He's now within a race.
Yes, he clawed back 13 points to Fabio. Had Fabio, you know, had they both raced their race and, let's say, came first and second or first, you know, there would have been a handful of points between them. But now it's closed up the championship and everything. I don't know. I feel like if they just left it, everyone had been like, okay, fine. You know, it's spiced up the championship. But then this long lap penalty also is going to spice it up even more because now Aleix is going to be even hungrier at Silverstone. So
yeah, well, the thing is with Aleix, right? His confidence now will be like his confidence was already through the roof. His confidence now is going to be like touching God's bumhole. You know, it's going to be, that was a horrendous thing to say. But like his confidence is going to be like you know, like shooting for the stars. You know,
he walked out of Assen with a Conor McGregor swagger. I swear, he must have, because that was some madness that he pulled off.
I was watching it, right, and it was literally like watching me play against everybody else on GP bikes. They were just scything through him. I'm the guy at the back, just like getting past like it's nothing, and he's there just pissing it. It's insane.
I cannot believe that last corner into the last chicane that he got Jack Miller and Brad Binder, two of the hardest breakers in MotoGP. Like, if you want to overtake somebody and you see it's Brad Binder in front of you, you're just screwed because you're not gonna get him on the brakes.
You wait for a slipstream. Yeah.
The thing is,
so how the hell did he get both of them on the brake?
Well, the thing is,
that is ridiculous.
I think the thing about Aleix was, I think this was a true shit or bust scenario for him. I don't think he even cared if he crashed.
Aleix even said he was like, I'm going to game, you know, I could sit here in 13th and get 2 championship points, but it's not going to be worth much. I'm going to get at least 10 points. And if I crash, I crash. That's literally his quote.
The thing for me is that in itself gives you so much confidence that you've just actually like just caned it and not gone down.
Yeah. So you've ridden way over the limit, not caring if you crash, and you've still
managed to make it to the point where you're about to make a move into the last chicane for 4th. Like he had the MotoGP gods with him. There was no way he was crashing. The only way he was going to crash was bike failure. It was that simple.
Yeah, the fact that he even stayed on when Fabio decked underneath him as well. Like, I know. Like, I do agree though. Like, I think Fabio does deserve a long lap penalty for that because, yes, okay, it was a mistake. Fabio isn't a dirty rider, but it was a rookie mistake. It was a stupid move.
Yeah, it's like the
there
third
was
lap or
no
something,
way.
Right?
Yeah, it was like the third lap of the race, and it was like, he was never going to make that. Not in a million years was he going to make that
That's
move.
where I slightly disagree. I think it was on, but Fabio himself didn't believe it was on. There was a definite gap. But I think he sort of changed his mind halfway through braking. At that point, you're already buggered.
Well, Fabio again already said that it was a
rookie mistake.
But as he was braking, he just realised that he wasn't making it, kind of thing.
Yeah, well, there we are. Like I think it was the same case of like Munoz. I think the door was open, but rapidly going to close, and Fabio should have seen that.
Yeah. I mean, it does make so Fabio even went on to say, well, a long lap race and long lap for the next race. Now you cannot try and overtake because I think you're being too ambitious. It wasn't ambitious overtake. Like the press release, actually, to go way back on that, and I'll come back to the Fabio thing. The actual notification of sanction that Fabio got states that on 26th of June 2022, during the MotoGP race at Assen, then Fabio observed of being overly ambitious and causing contact with rider 41 severely impacted the race. This contravenes with specific instructions given to MotoGP competitors and teams, disrupting the session, and is considered irresponsible riding causing danger to other competitors. Therefore, an infringement of the article of the MotoGP Grand Prix regulations, and they've given him a long lap for that. And then Fabio obviously went back and said, now you cannot overtake because you think it's too ambitious. From the beginning of the year, some riders made a racing incident. Apparently, mine was too dangerous. Congratulations to the stewards. You're doing an amazing job. Next time, I will not try to overtake, to not try and get a penalty. Great holidays and see you in Silverstone.
So Fabio's confirmed he's getting pole and leading from the front wing, so he doesn't have to overtake them.
Well, that's the thing, like, Aleix last year, right? Silverstone's going to be nuts because Aleix got his first podium there last year for Aprilia. Fabio won there last year. Aleix is fired up because he knows he can now beat Fabio because Fabio's got a long lap penalty. Aleix knows he can get a podium there. He knows he can probably win the race there. Fabio's got a long lap penalty. If Fabio doesn't perform, Aleix could claw back another 5 championship points minimum.
What was Fabio's gap at the front last year?
It was like 7-8 seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was way more than a long lap penalty, that's for sure.
At one point, he was coming through the first corner as they were crossing the finish line, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was so far ahead because we were
literally we were there and he was tipping into Marquez and Beckett's before you could even see him come around the first corner, basically.
Yeah, I was over at Vale and it was just, it was like he was doing his own race.
You go, oh no, nope. Fabio beat Alex Rins by 2.6 seconds.
What was the gap? I don't know if you could see, but I'm sure the gap was over double that at one point. You could tell Fabio turned it right down at the end.
I thought it was at least 4.
No, it probably was at one point. Let's be real. It was visually that long. No, she didn't.
Yeah. App. Oh yeah, it does. That's amazing. So yeah, oh my god. Yeah, what? Right, lap 16, 3.8. Lap 17, 3.6. Lap 18, 3.5. Lap 19, 3.5. So realistically, and the whole race, 3.5, 3.5, 3 seconds.
He was controlling it when
he was, but a long lap penalty is 2.5 seconds to 3 seconds.
And Alicia's faster now.
It's the Pecco thing of he didn't have to push that race, really.
He didn't, but he did have Alex Rins, chasing him a little bit. Because Alex Rins was putting in solid times.
Oh, yeah. Like Pecco said, I wasn't having to push because everybody crashed. So everybody saying Alicia would have won the race. I had more in hand, basically.
Well, yeah, Rins was lapping faster. So Fabio was putting in 2:01 deads, whilst Rins was putting in 2:0.9s the whole race.
And controlling it. I don't think you can look into the coming in too much there.
Well, the fact
stressed at any point.
the fact is that last year's race gap was within a long lap penalty, which is very interesting come Silverstone.
How long is the long lap penalty at Silverstone? Where is it?
It's right around the outside of Woodcote. You know where the tower is? Like the square tower thing with the grandstand?
Okay. Yeah.
Right around the outside of that. Deck's dying by her.
Yeah, okay. That. But yeah, so
it's a good 3-second one.
It'll be 2 or 3 seconds, yeah. So that is really going to throw things up.
Spicy.
Again, who's to say Fabio couldn't have gone 7 seconds because he had it so controlled. Again, conjecture, which is what they're fighting about.
But Aleix is now, he was 4 seconds off last year, 4.1 off the win last year. Aleix is a different rider now.
Yeah, Aleix is not a 4.1 off now, is he? That's the thing. And don't forget, he was dive bombed 2-3 times that last lap by Jack Miller.
By Jack Miller, yeah. Like if he didn't have Jack Miller there, who knows? Oh, I think I
tell you what, I just remember watching that in the sun. What a day.
We're not doing our predictions this episode, but I'm definitely going to put Aleix to win at Silverstone. I think it's going to happen.
I think that's hard to argue with that.
Yeah, I probably would back it, to be honest, but I'm also thinking Viñales. So.
Yeah, Viñales, what a ride from Viñales. I'm so absolutely over the moon for him.
I gutted about the fact that I picked the wrong race once again for him to the podium. How many times is it going to happen to me?
I didn't. I put him in 3rd place on the predictions. Let's go.
Basically, anybody I put on the podium now, podium's the week after. So
yeah, that is true. Yeah, I mean, like Fabio, if you look with Viñales, it's mad. Like 1 year ago at Assen, he looked, miserable. He had a face of stone, on the podium. Like, there's a photo. I really want to post it, but I can't because it's like a Getty Images, and I'm not paying the 160 quid to use it. But he looks like, I'll put it in the chat if I can find it.
Of him on the podium, and he
came second, right?
Yeah, he came second.
Yeah,
and he was miserable.
And it looked like someone had just just come up and burnt his car. It was outrageous.
Yeah, it was really like. And like the photo I did use, he still looked pretty angry, but
he already knew he was out to Yamaha at that point, though, didn't he?
He just hated his life, and you could tell. And then this year, now the smile on his face is just.
What was hilarious, like not hilarious in a mental health way, but in a picture way, was the podium. You had Fabio with the biggest, goofiest smile, and then right next to him was Viñales, who just looks so pissed.
Look at the photo I just put in the chat. Look how angry he looks.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be there.
Use it because it's a Getty Images. But
it got to the point where he didn't even want to score points for Jan.
Well, he didn't. Yeah. He was just messed up his race at Austria on purpose, and then to go from that, like he'd smile. Like there are photos of him smiling on the podium, but you can see it's fake. It's forced.
Yeah, there's no behind the eyes there other than just anger.
No. Like, and he's got his shades on most of the photos because, again, he just looks so like. Here's another one, like of him showing.
Honestly, I just
champagne.
Like, first and foremost, a rider's happiness is the main. Oh my god,
he looks so angry.
He's like popping the champagne with aggression. He's just like, have that.
Like, is the one I used the other day.
Yeah, the thing, what he wants is to throw the bottle at Lynn Jarvis. You can tell. Look at
it. Whereas now, like. The smile on his face is so genuine, like the Viñales last year. If when on Sachsenring, when his bike broke, he would have gone in that thing. He'd have tipped the bike over, he'd have smashed the garage up. He'd have gone mental. But to see him get off and fist bump his engineers and go, you know what? That was 4th place. Like that was really good. And then to see him get a podium this time around, like I am so happy for him.
It's gonna piss so many people off, and I'm here for it. Honestly,
people like.
People treated him like Romano Fenati.
Well, that's
There's
the thing,
levels to this shit. You know what I mean?
It's mad though. The thing now that Viñales, the whole comeback that he's had now, the same people that were slating him last year, going, "You're a scumbag. You're this." Like I criticize him, of course, for trying to blow up a motorbike, as you would. But then the same people who were like, "You will never do in MotoGP. You should never come back." Blah 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 blah.
Oh my god! Do you remember the meme?
The same people are now like, "Oh, you're amazing."
Do you remember the meme we made with the dumb fuck juice?
Oh yeah, oh god.
And the messages we got for that. Oh my god.
Yeah. But like, yeah, he made a bad meme. But
that sounds offensive. I don't know what it
genuinely,
is.
Like,
I'll send it now. I'll send
what he did last year, right, was stupid. Right,
oh, for sure.
You can't deny it. It was stupid, but you could see, because I felt sorry for him. I wrote a flipping article about mental health about him and said, he's going through hell at the moment, and I got criticised for that. It was a good article, but I got shit for that because people don't like talk about mental health.
Why is that? Why do people just hate that topic so much? But it's so important.
Because my dad raised me to be an hard man, and I got to raise my kid to be a fucking hard man as well.
I know. So toxic. Yeah,
it is toxic. It's literally generational. It's like there's nothing wrong with having mental health struggles.
No, it happens. You can see though the difference. When he had bad mental health last year, and it was bad mental health, you could see it. And then now that he's in a good place, he's got a good family team around him. His wife is like the best thing that's ever happened to him. He's got his daughter as well, and now the grin on his face, he looks so happy. Like all the photos I look at him now. Like even the ones where he's just kind of looking a bit like, like
his shoulders are higher. He's more. His confidence is higher. I just said in the group as well.
Like he just looks so happy. Like, and genuinely, I'm thrilled for him, and I genuinely believe he can now win a MotoGP race.
Yeah, he can. I think as soon as Silverstone, he can win.
It's an awful meme. That's just terrible.
I should have seen the hate I got for that.
Why? It's just a bad meme. Did you?
Yeah, it was just a crap.
Did you get hate for like how just low quality it was?
To be fair, we get hate for most things, don't we? Let's be real.
I do.
It's just the internet, isn't it?
Yeah, but you actually deserve some of the hate you get for some.
Only some stuff. And there's some of the stuff I don't. To be fair, and I still get hate. So it's just everybody on the internet.
Live by the sword, die by the sword. That's it.
Yeah, sometimes you take the risk, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like I don't know, I'm just absolutely over the moon for him, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, and this is the thing, like the engagement I saw on social media for that, like people were ecstatic for him, and I'm glad to see it, because this is the Viñales we know, the beast Viñales, and the fact that he has worked, because the first races he did for Aprilia wasn't even in the points.
Yeah. No, he was way down the order.
To be expected, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
and everybody was like, "Oh, he's washed," but no, he wasn't. Like, it was clear. It was just. I don't even think Marquez could have got on that Aprilia last year and done any better.
Well, Marquez can win on a 1975 Bull Taco, so
yeah, that is true. No, like in all honesty, though, like he wouldn't have done much better. Maybe top 10s, but I don't think
not straight away.
Yeah, like literally, don't forget, Viñales literally came off it at Austria. Didn't race the next round, and then by the next round after that,
Mazzano.
yeah, and then by the next round he was on the Aprilia. That it was just
and he's only ever ridden inline 4s in MotoGP, and he has to learn the V4. He's only ever ridden never ridden a V formation, and it's just because he did the 2 strokes and then he did the Moto 2.
Like even Yamaha's
Moto 3 as well.
Superbike, obviously the R1 is an inline 4. He's never ridden a V full stop really.
No, so obviously it's a massive adjustment for him, and the talent's there. The talent's always been there, and I think like next year, if he can continue this run, he's a title contender next year. Yes, that's mental for me to say. He got a 4th in Sachsenring ring, and he just got a podium.
I'm not prepared to put him as a title contender yet.
But okay, fair enough. But like, he's only got 3rd. Hold on, shut up. Let me talk.
Fuck you. You're wrong. Fuck you.
He just got a podium, right? The bike is pretty much the best on the grid now. They've got a satellite team next year as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's rumoured to have Miguel Oliveira and Celestino Vietti on it, which I know, experienced rider and a rookie. Fabio Quartararo and Morbidelli, amazing combination in the same freaking team. It'll be the RNF team still, like that. 4 bikes on the grid doing that. Alesia's signed up for next year. Viñales has signed up for next year. I genuinely, if Viñales can continue this form and keep building on what he's already got, for me, title contender next year.
I think another thing is, like, when was Viñales last in the gravel?
Yeah.
He's so consistent. So if he can get the form, then he'll bring it home, top 5 pretty much every weekend.
Wait.
The thing you have to consider is Viñales is still getting himself comfortable on that Aprilia.
Mm-hmm.
Like to the point where they are moving the rear sets around from each session still. He's still not there yet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's
He's only going to continue progressing. And once he does, he'll be at a race level consistent.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, right? Viñales, apart from Germany when his bike broke, has finished every race this year.
So there you go. Consistent and fast.
And I think he finished every race last year on the Aprilia.
Yeah.
Viñales.
That's how you get a title.
Possibly blew an engine, maybe.
Last year, yeah. He didn't do America because of obviously circumstances, but he finished every race. To be fair, he finished every race last year, full stop.
When did he bail out of the... When did he have to jump off the Yamaha because of the brakes?
The Austria 2020, that was.
Was that 2020?
Yeah, that was 2020. But yeah, that's weird.
That was the decline.
He doesn't DNF though. Like in 2020, he only had one DNF, which was that one where he had to jump off. Oh my God.
That was Maverick's decline. He was never the same trusting of Yamaha.
Yeah. Would you be?
Go for his career though, right? And he's got 2 DNFs in 2011, 3 in 2012. You got 0 DNFs in 2013 when he took the title, 2 in his Moto2 rookie year, 2 in Suzuki, 1 in 2016, 2 in 2017. Like that's I'm impressed.
God, he's good.
He would always go backwards but finish.
Yeah,
that was his issue. Is he equivalent of DNF'd almost, because he'd go back to 17th, 18th on the AM.
Well,
he just wouldn't actually crash the bike.
At Aprilia, he still had that issue with the opening laps where he struggled. At Assen, though, he was making up places in the opening
Germany
lap.
as well.
Yeah.
It's just a comfort thing in the early
he's
laps.
He's cracked the code.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I said on the last pod, wasn't it? Now, if he could do that in Assen, he's got off a shot, and here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is I am so happy for him. And then
I was fearing that it was a one-off because the start of the German GP was a bit weird, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I was fearing that it was a one-off. I'm glad it might be a two-off, but I don't think it is.
I don't think it is. No, I don't. Right, I want to move on a little bit to the final podium finisher of Marco Bezzecchi. Obviously, we'll talk about Pecco as well in a minute, but Marco Bezzecchi, work up through the podium.
Do you know what? First of all, I'd just like to say I am sorry, Bears, because I said before the race in the group, there's no way those softs will last in the entire race.
Oh.
So I am very sorry, Bears. You were a master of making those tyres work around there. Fair play to you.
Yeah, fair play. But again,
he's the only rider on soft. The entire field.
Bloody hell. Fair play.
And I didn't think they'd last.
He said though, he enjoyed the rain because it made him push even more.
That's because he's a nutcase.
He's a fucking rookie. He's a MotoGP rookie. Why are you on the podium? Your teammate Luca Marini has been there over a year. He's on a better bike and isn't on the podium.
Has Marini ever had a podium?
He's on the GP21.
Nope.
Marini's never had a podium. You could tell he was livid actually at the end of the race.
He was angry. I mean, his hand. He did hurt his hand though, because when he hit Mir, he hurt his hand. So.
He wasn't right.
Still,
I think now that dust has settled, I don't think he'll be anything other than thrilled for Bears.
Oh yeah, he'll know the team have got it
because of what happened to his race as well. Where he didn't have I reckon he was thinking I could have been me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, the thing is with Marini, the team are brand new this year. Yes, okay, they had half a squad in Vinci last year, but it was a lot of Vintia, team people. It was still the Vintia squad.
70-30 split, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, and so this year to have a full VR46 squad and get a podium as a rookie, that's impressive.
What I enjoyed about that was the look in the garage as Bez crossed the line and Pablo Nieto literally just throws a folder across the garage. Literally, he didn't know what to do himself. He just yeeted it across the garage. Great. Yeah, the Marini, I think, would have been thereabouts also, which is probably why he was so big.
Yeah.
He qualified poorly, though, where Bez didn't, and that's what made the difference.
Yeah. Bez is coming on so well. He was making up places. That movie made on Jack Miller as well.
Yeah, no respect there was at all.
He even said in the, when they have the on the MotoGP YouTube channel, they put up those, the unseen clips, and he was like, "Oh yeah, they made a pretty mad move on Jack Miller."
The confidence was with him. He had the softs. He knew he had the grip. He went for it. I don't know how he made it last. Like a soft front and a soft rear.
Yeah, but he's always been good at saving his tyres. Like that has been consistent throughout his career.
It's back to what we say about the new stool style, isn't it? It helps.
It does indeed. And Bezzecchi is obviously a phenomenal rider. And I tell you what, though, like I want to give a kudos though to Valentino Rossi, like because Bezzecchi's career wouldn't have been the same as what it was if it wasn't for the VR46 Academy. Because like I remember back in the day, like way back, God, like 2014. Bezzecchi was in the Italian Championship at the time. He didn't really have many sponsors. He was racing like a Mahindra, and his results were okay. His results weren't amazing, but they were okay. And then VR46 picked him up. They got him the Mahindra squad ride, and then he got a wild card at. No, then he did the replacement ride at the opening round at Qatar. Swap in for Manzi. Then he did a few more rides. Then he got on the CIP squad thanks to the VR46 Academy. Got a podium in his debut year. Then raced for the Bristol squad, fought for the championship, and then obviously signed with, Bristol, for example, they're a pay team. It's an open secret that you have to pay to ride if you want to ride at Bristol.
CIP were.
Yeah, exactly. Both of them were, and VR46 Academy have paid for those seats for him. And then obviously, he moved to the Tech 3 squad in Moto 2. Then he moved to the VR46 team in Moto 2 again. And again, every step of the way has been thanks to Valentino Rossi and his Riders Academy. And the same for Pecco, the same for a lot of riders. And genuinely, that Valentino Rossi's Riders Academy has saved so many riders' careers and done absolutely amazing things.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, massive kudos for Valentino Rossi and everybody involved in that.
Yeah, the face of MotoGP would be quite different, but both as a rider and behind the scenes.
Yeah, because there's now.
I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have Pecco.
No, because
he was supported by the Italian.
The federation.
Thing. So there's a good chance he still would have made it. But Bez, as you say, Vietti possibly not. Because him and his dad, even when he was doing the Chev, was traveling around in an old beat up van.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's just there's so many variables. Marini probably wouldn't have. No, possibly would have paid for Marini out of his own pocket. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, Marini obviously was racing for the VR46 Pons team, if you remember. Marini's been supported by VR46 pretty much his whole career, and then when he raced in the Forward Moto2 team, it was, again, a VR46 effort with Baldassari on the other side.
Yeah, I said even Balda, Foggia, Buliga, none of those probably would have come through.
Yeah, well, again, like you go back, right, Vietti raced for the VR46 squad back in the Chev. Foggia raced for the VR46 squad in the Chev. Bulliger raced for the VR46 squad in the Chev in a Moto3 team.
Where would their seats have been otherwise?
Alberto Surra, another example. You've got Bartolini.
Antonelli would be gone in 2014.
And Franco Morbidelli was, the second ever VR46 Riders Academy rider after Simoncelli, and Franco was the Stock 600 champion. Rossi managed to get him a seat at Italtrans, and
it does go to show what support could do because he beat Jed Metchell. Yeah?
I don't know who that is.
It's an Australian rider with no support. And if Metchell had the support, he could easily be in Morbidelli's shoes.
That's it. There's so many riders that don't get the support. So the fact that Valentino Rossi and his squad have been able to do something like that, I'm genuinely, I haven't really got many words, but just fair play. Genuinely, Valentino Rossi.
I wrote an article on it, didn't I?
You did.
Website.
Yeah, that is on my website actually. But what Valentino Rossi has done for the sport on and off the track, and now even after his career's gone, and he's got 3 riders now who've got Premier Class podiums, which is obviously Franco Morbidelli, Marco Bezzecchi, and Francesco Bagnaia. He's got Bagnaia has also won a Moto2 World Championship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure there's another one who's won a Moto2 Championship, or am I wrong? I could be wrong there. But he's got Marini nearly did, Bezzecchi nearly did. Bezzecchi nearly won a Moto3 Championship.
Balda was the second closest.
Franco Morbidelli did it.
Morbidelli for BDS.
And he was on the
Balda was super close when he was with Pons. It's just it all went downhill.
Fair play. But Bezzecchi, his talent was already there, and he's done so well. He's just a rookie. He's still got more to come, and that's the thing. Pablo Nieto was talking about Bezzecchi after the race. and we're saying, Bezzecchi's not one of these riders who makes a big step and then falls back a bit a few weeks later. He's always one, he'll always make progress. And it's like maybe like 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%. But he doesn't ever go back.
Yeah. We never saw him worse even in Moto2, did we?
Yeah, whenever he makes that step forward, it doesn't just stay there for a bit and then trickle away. It goes there and it stays in and locks in.
Yeah.
Like, the thing about Bez is where he qualifies generally is where he finishes.
Yeah.
So, being super high up, like obviously qualified, he raced a bit high and he qualified, but generally he doesn't go backwards. Like even in his rookie year in MotoGP, he hasn't gone backwards from his qualifying position. That's super impressive. Which way you look at it?
Yeah, that's it. He's he's a super talent, and like he does look a lot like Marco Simoncelli as well, which is quite eerie.
His hair, obviously you two wouldn't have because you BT, but they spoke to Paolo Ciabatti on the World feed before the race,
right?
And Ciabatti said Bez is going to do well here. He didn't mention anyone else, not even Pecco, Miller, or anything. He just said Bez.
Fair play. He called it.
Yeah,
but fair play to everybody involved.
It was just a great weekend of racing, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, Bez is ahead of Marini in the championship now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, but quite a lot. I'm pretty sure it's like decent amount.
He's guaranteed top rookie now, surely. Gotta be. Him or DG, gotta be.
Yeah, Bezzecchi has 55 points. Marini has 52. So there's only 3 points in them, but he is higher. So
that's with an entire year in every respect over Bez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's him. That's crazy. Yeah,
I still say as I start, I do sort of feel for Marini because he's got the biggest job of all the Ducati riders because he went from a 19 to a 22.
Yeah,
that's the biggest step.
True.
Yeah.
Even now, he's probably still adjusting. Even if it's
he probably is, yeah.
I love MotoGP. Just all this time, we're like, oh, it's boring. It's not.
Like, when it's boring, it sucks, but...
It's never boring.
I think because you're a nerd, though, you find enjoyment in, like, such little details, whereas I'm like, give me a good race, or I'm not interested.
Maybe.
In a way.
But yeah, and to go back onto the final man, obviously then we'll do a bit of silly season talk. Obviously Francesco Bagnaia has won and closed his title gap from 91 points down to 66.
It's a crazy jump, isn't it?
It's gone from being that's not happening to actually that's possible.
It's still not happening because every time he's under pressure now he crashes.
How many rounds you got left?
Right? A 10. Oh, wait, 9.
9.
Yeah, so what happened is the Pecco Bagnaia cycle. You'll get closer, bam. Oh, it's all over. Win.
I disagree. Because Pecco has said the reason he keeps crashing is because he stops pushing because he's that far ahead and he doesn't need to push anymore. And so he said in Assen, he just carried on pushing the whole time. And because obviously when you stop pushing a little bit, you lose a bit of temperature in the front tyre, your bike doesn't perform as you do, and then bam, he crashes. So he said, no, he went full out now at Assen the whole way through, just carried on pushing the whole way through, and he won the race comfortably.
I still think he needs a mental coach.
Yeah. He's not crashed out of the lead yet, has he?
He has.
When?
Misano last year he stacked out.
No, I mean this year.
But he must have been pushing. He had Marquez behind him. He wasn't taking it easy at Misano last year.
That's my point. He's not decked out of the lead yet. So how can he say that?
Where was he in France when he crashed in Le Mans?
Second.
Yes, because he'd just been
second.
Bastianini just passed him.
Yes, because Bastianini just got him. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
He was pushing too hard.
I don't think that argument holds weight for Pecco, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
It's what Pecco said. It's not what I'm saying. So.
Is he telling himself that, or
he might be telling himself that? To be fair, yeah. But kudos to Pecco. I'm hoping that he can pick up the pieces and try and fight for the title again. Otherwise, it will be just a case of another year without a Ducati title.
Like for me,
a title would be nice.
Yeah, I
Because could
the
happen.
Aleix title would be even nicer.
I love Aleix so much.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT now. He really is.
I chuck so much flack for it. I love it. Great, man. It's so good that he's there now. He's finally got a bike and package, both bike, like team, etc.
Good package, eh? Oh my.
Show the talent. To show the talent. Like, he's always had something really like special about him. Just never really shown it.
Yeah, he's a good boy, all Aleix.
Like, you don't get to be, stay in MotoGP for 10 years, own factory team by being a mediocre. Just don't. The same as Paul. People are thinking Paul at the minute is such a crap rider. Don't lose the talent Paul has.
Yeah, I don't know. Since Paul came into MotoGP, he's just, I don't know. Actually, since he left KTM, I've not been that impressed by him, I guess.
Well, fucking roll on 2023 then.
I can't remember who said it, but somebody KTM said that Paul has something that could really help KTM.
Pyra said it.
I hope so.
So
he's pretty much like, it's like an open secret now, isn't it? Like they discuss, same as Alex Rins discussing LCR.
Well, Alex Rins and LCR, right? Hold on, quickly to go into this a bit deeper, right?
Let's do
if you go on Alex Rins' Instagram, right, the last
Credit
number
Marquez for this.
Well, no, firstly, right, because Alex Rins even said that he's, after the race, I think he said that he was happy. He's looking forward to going to LCR. But if you go through his Instagram feed, right, like he posted the other day, there's nothing there, but like his last 3 posts have just got LCR Honda in them. Like, oh, look, Alex Marquez leading.
Alex Marquez posted.
And then
Alex
Marquez. And then, and then, wait. So you got Alex Marquez leading, and then you got Alex Marquez beating him, and then you got Nakagami, and then you've got another one where it's him and Alex Marquez, and then him and Nakagami again.
But we haven't even spoke about that confirmed deal either. Obviously,
hold on. Let me just finish what I'm talking about, and then we can go to that. But yeah, and then Marquez is like, God, hold on, but yeah, he was like, I don't know what you're doing, but the last few photos you've posted have all had the bike of LCR Honda.
Yeah, and he tagged the LCR.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, and so I think he's going to Honda.
Yeah,
which is very obvious, but
yeah, like that's the clearest signal I ever heard. Like if that falls through now, he's going to look a right nobody.
Yeah, 100%.
How do you think he'll do? How do you think he'll get on?
I absolutely point blank refuse to make any Honda assumptions for 2023.
He's going to Honda.
Yeah, as in like the bike Honda bring for 2023 could be 100% different again because of the power of Honda.
Yeah, that's the thing with Honda.
So I absolutely refuse to make any Honda speculation like of how riders will do until I see the 2023.
I'm hoping Rins can help turn the Honda around because at the moment it's just terrible.
You could just leave the round off. I'm hoping Rins can help the Honda turn. That'd be good enough.
Yeah, that would be good. He did a lot for Suzuki, but then so did Paul for KTM, and look what happened with that. So, but yes, to go back on.
This worries me, like because the Honda was basically the closest to the KTM.
Is the problem Bradl though?
I don't think so. Like Bradl and Savadori are 2 of the best test riders you can have because they are within a second per lap of the racers.
Is Bradl?
Within reason. Like, obviously, like on this Honda, he's a bit off. But, historically, Bradl's been within a second of most of the Honda riders. And that feedback is essential because a test rider trundling around 8-9 seconds a lap off ain't going to give you shit. I'm looking at you, Takuya Tsuda, for Suzuki, for example. You know what I mean? It's like, that's why you need the top tester, like Pedrosa.
Sylvain Guintoli, who's amazing.
Crutchlow, even.
Yeah.
Like
Lorenzo, no.
They're not going to give you any kind of valuable feedback unless they are within a second. Because they are not going to know how the bike is.
Savadori, great rider.
And I think Sava's one of the main reasons why Aprilia are doing so well, personally, because he is pushing that bike to the limits that both Aleix and Viñales are, even if results are a little off. I mean, like,
well, Sacking Bradley Smith off for Savadori was one of the best things he ever did.
Oh, don't mention that in Britain. Bloody hell. It was, though. Like, Savadori is a far more talented rider than Bradley Smith. It's that simple. Smith
he's Italian as well. Like, he's got the language barrier. There's no language barrier. He can talk Italian to them.
That was my point. Like, some things can get lost in, like, the nuances kind of thing. But, like, if you're in your own language. But aside, like, Bradley Smith had a fantastic engineering brain.
Yeah, amazing. Like, genuinely, like, we're not discrediting Bradley Smith. Like, he is one hell of a worker and he can dissect a motorbike really well, but he wasn't the man for the job.
Well, aside from that as well, he stopped racing and sort of just lost that edge. Sava seems to still have that edge, as does Bradl to a point, even though, again, the results ain't showing. Like, you still need to be a racer.
They can still qualify with competitive times for MotoGP races, whereas I'm not sure. Like, Bradley could as well, but it was just a case of...
I'm not even sure you could call him competitive times. That's the thing.
He's doing Moto E now, and he's doing all right there, but I think that's where he should be. I don't think... I can't see him doing... a national championship. I feel really
bad because Bradley Smith was still an excellent rider. MotoGP podium man, you know what I mean? Like,
he's a phenomenal rider
in any shape. But there are levels to it, and wasn't that the level?
Yeah, like it might be about 2% that he's missing, but it was enough for Aprilia to go, no, we're getting you rid of you and putting Savadori on the bike now.
Got to be ruthless if you want to be a champion. It's that simple.
That's it. That's it. But to go back onto what you were saying earlier, Gresini have confirmed Alex Marquez and Fabio Digia for Gresini Ducati next year, and it's also been confirmed that the pair will ride the GP22s next year, so a year-old bike. I'm going to say it right now, and I'll say it. I keep saying shit like this.
If you're going to say what I'm going to say as well, I bet you are now.
This is going to be the best thing for Alex Marquez's career, and we're going to see him do some bits on a Ducati.
I'm calling at least a podium.
He's going to win a race. He's going to be like, I'm not like, I keep hyping, like I hype Viñales up, I hype everybody up, and bad MotoGP memes makes a joke because I'm like, oh, next world champion, he's future world champion.
Should we mention the bingo?
No, we'll do it in a minute. But like,
I've already counted a few shots.
Yeah, oh God. That's why I deliberately didn't mention Alicia's bike.
Like, I'm so excited for Alex Marquez because he's gone from the worst bike to a bike he can actually show what he's got on.
Yeah,
the two-time world champion. There are not many riders on that grid that can say they've won a Moto 3 title or a Moto 2 title. Never mind both of them. Exactly,
he's literally
both.
None.
Like Miguel Oliveira hasn't won either.
He is the only man to win a Moto 3 and a Moto 2 title.
Yeah, like Marquez has got the 125s, if we're counting lightweight and middleweight, but apart from that, no, there's none.
Yeah.
The last one was Pedrosa, or Rossi. No, Rossi would have been the last one, then it was Pedrosa.
It's like literally, since it went 4-stroke, Alex Marquez is the only man ever to do it.
Yeah, so you can't sit there and be like, oh, Marquez is shit. He got 2 podiums as a fucking rookie.
Honestly, he gets slated because of his name.
That's the thing. Yeah. And I get that. The hype is a lot for Alex Marquez, but...
I'm not talking hype. I'm talking fans of another rider.
Of course you are. You always are. Bloody hell. But...
I'm fans of another squad, shall we say.
But, like genuinely, though, this
He's
will
nothing
be...
like his brother. That's the thing. Like,
this is going to be...
treated as his own man.
Yeah, he is his own man, and he is going to be, like... another level next year. I think we'll see what... he's not doing too bad. Okay, he's 18th for the championship. I'm going to take my words back there. But he's replacing Bastianini, who is 5th in the championship with 3 wins to his name.
The thing is, he's going to be getting on a bike that is very neutral. It has a good front end. It has a good rear end. It might not be...
It turns, finally.
it does now turn. Like it might not be the single best at everything.
It's the best bike on the grid, though.
I disagree there. I think the Aprilia is.
That and the Aprilia are the best bikes.
But Ducati as an all-round package, once you've got MotoGP experience, is probably the best thing you can hop on to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll come off that Honda and be like, oh my God, this is a dream.
Yeah, like
this is so easy.
Literally. Yeah, it is. It's going to be a case of, I can go around a corner. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be like wild. And I think, right, because this is Alex Marquez leaving the HRC fold. And, there was always a talk of Marc Marquez staying at Honda for a few more years because to get Alex Marquez in there, is this going to be Alex beating Marquez on a Ducati and Marc going, I want a slice of that pie.
And do you think Mark would get straight in at a factory seat?
Yeah.
Even now.
No.
Even
I'd like to join you. Oh, go on then. Yeah, chuck you in Grassini, you'll be fine.
Put your VR40 sit. Oh, we can't do that.
I don't know.
Oh my God, imagine.
I don't know like, where would you put him if you say you just stuck? I don't know. Who's it going to be? Jorge Martin.
I'd sack off Bagnaia and put Marquez on it.
I'd have Pecco and Mark alongside each other. I'd get rid of Zarco.
Yeah, probably.
If you want a title, Zarco's the best bet to get rid of, in my opinion.
No, we like Zarco.
No Zarco slander.
I like Zarco, but he's not going to win a MotoGP title, is he? If you want a title...
Neither's majority of the grid.
Yeah, neither is Pecco. Marquez would. But,
Marquez would.
Actually, yeah, fair point.
There's only one of them will win a title this year, so
Yeah, I can't see past anybody other than Alessio Fabio for this year. So
I can't either.
That's a small pool to be fighting in.
It is. It's like a little paddling pool, isn't it? But Marquez as well. On the topic of Mark,
a paddling pool.
On the topic of Mark,
just had an image of them splashing each other.
Oh dear.
Like on the topic of Mark, that I got called fake news for, even though I've got the freaking press release from Honda saying it.
Also, before you read that out, just quickly, do you know what I've seen a lot of as well with this Alex Marquez move?
Oh God!
What?
People saying, "Oh, this means Mark have lost his stranglehold over Honda."
What?
Ow.
That's what I've just alluded to, though, isn't it? The fact that Mark is...
but it's like, how can you say that when an entirely different man has made a move?
And likely a good move as well.
Yeah, how can you say that?
Why would you fight to stay at LCR if you've got an offer from basically anyone else?
Yeah, at this point, yeah. Like you've got an offer to ride a bike that turns, a bike that has a rear end. But it doesn't mean that Marquez has lost his Honda influence. He probably still has more than he should.
Yeah, definitely. So what Marquez has said basically is that his current feeling is this is the official press release.
Yes, word for word.
My current feeling is one of hope. Because of the way I was riding and competing, I didn't see myself as being on the bike for much longer. Maybe another year or two. After the intervention in Rochester, the hope is there and I can keep competing without pain and have fun on the bike, which basically is Marquez confirming that if things had stayed the same they were, he probably would have seen out his 2024 contract with Honda and then retired.
He doesn't need the money.
No.
It is just love at this point.
Yeah, and
if
so
you're enjoying it, off you go.
I don't think anyone on the grid needs money.
No, but I don't know. I mean,
they could
Alex
probably
Marquez
retire
is paying
now.
$1 million for his ride. Alex Marquez is paying $1 million for his ride.
Yeah, but if he didn't have to spend that million,
to be fair, Estrella Galicia are paying $1 million for this ride. You mean?
Yeah, but it's every rider has to bring sponsors, isn't it?
Like Mark Marquez could literally quit now, live a fairly lavish lifestyle, and still not ever be in money trouble. And I don't think many on the grid could say that.
Marquez is probably going to be, not even joking, probably going to have more money than Valentino Rossi at some point.
Probably does already. It's Red Bull and Honda money.
Well, no, the VR46
VR46 is making $30 million a year, to be fair.
That's a whole thing. That's a whole empire.
But it's like, he could literally quit and live comfortably for the rest of his life without having to make any considerations. And I don't think any other grid right now could say that.
Yeah.
Well, you don't race bikes to make money.
Nope, that's it. That's how you become a millionaire. Start with $1 billion and start a race team. Sorted.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's a bit of an interesting one with Mark. But there's obviously the rumours now that basically shuts down the entire Miguel Oliveira Grassini thing, with Oliveira now heavily linked to RNF. Now, the other seat for that was rumoured to be Vietti, but Speed Week, who are very good at this kind of thing, have basically said that Raul Fernandez is earmarked for the ride for next year, provided that he can pay
1.3 million.
1.3 million, but
that's also been rubbished.
That's also been rubbished. So I'm like,
I would 100% believe. I think I think there is a buyout clause, and it's probably in the millions. I think they just got it wrong, so Pit Byron took his opportunity to say it's bullshit.
So yeah, it'll be a clause because they've got image rights over it. Yeah, and Fernandez is contracted to KTM for the end of this year, but if I think Red Bull are involved and all that, it's all a bit, I don't know. But for the moment, Raul Fernandez is earmarked for that seat, but that doesn't mean anything. Like anything can happen.
Because obviously, what I wanted to bring up was Vietti, but obviously that might not happen with Fantic to get a Moto2 spot off of VR46.
Yeah,
and then VR46 basically running the Mastercamp team.
Yeah, and Trotter's been linked to that seat.
Yeah, which is a weird one.
Yeah.
Really weird one, but he must bring funds. Like Vietti, you would understand because Fantic need a winner. Like from
they want a good rider, and Vietti could win a title this year, but he's not ready.
Out, Fantic will be running under a name only, like KTM do. It'll be a Kalex frame, not their own design. Mm-hmm. So it'll be a proven package straight away.
Yeah, and I've got a load of other Moto2 rumors that I'm not allowed to say on here.
No, I know.
So that's another shot, for your little drinking game there. That's another shot. Me alluding to something that I can't talk about on the podcast. So drink your shot there. But we will talk about the drinking game in a minute. But I've actually got a list that I make. I make a list every year. I'll see if I can put it in this chat.
And the thing is, Cam, you call me a sad cunt. And then you've got this guy.
I've got so many things. I'll put it in the chat now.
Is this a spreadsheet?
Yeah, it's a spreadsheet. And you call me sad.
I do it every year.
I love a spreadsheet. So
it's basically every rumor and like the contracts and things like that. So obviously the biggest rumor at the moment is that Factory Ducati will take Jorge Martin and not Enea Bastianini, with the Bastianini then slotting into the Pramac squad. Which you'll see as I put it on the spreadsheet. All lovely.
Yeah,
even a key. There's even a key underneath there as well.
Could be the other way around, but there we go.
Wow. Bold is unconfirmed, huh? Okay. Right.
So
it's a bold.
There's a more info box as well. Good Lord.
Yeah.
What you should do, right, is make this open. Like a version of it, make it open and see how, just let anybody in and see what kind of edits they make.
Yeah, make a Google Sheets version. Post the link.
Can you imagine some of the ones that would go in? Like some of the comments we'd all see on social.
Oh, it'd be so bad. But,
some of them are just so far off the mark.
Oh, that's another shot. But the only TBC I've got there is. Oh yeah, Bezzecchi. I need to update this. Bezzecchi has been confirmed to be staying at VR46.
Nice.
Unofficially, but I can't remember who said it, but it has been confirmed that he'll stay.
It was Pablo Nieto, was it not?
Yeah. So
fairly good source in my opinion.
Unofficially, I'm going to write it.
Because Moto2 is one of the most interesting years for it, because there's so many Moto3 riders who could go up now. Already.
Oh, yeah. But then the Moto2 riders aren't ready to go.
Some of the
MotoGP.
rumors are so spicy.
Some of the rumors are. Well, I'll fill you in after, Cameron. About the rumors.
I wish I could say them on here because they are spicy.
There's some massive rumors, and well, I'll give it a taster. I'll give a taster. These are done deals. A lot of them, or some of them, that a rider will be retiring at the end of the year
from Moto2.
Top a Moto2 rider, and the top Moto3 rider will be taking their spot and has already signed the deal.
Right.
That comes directly from within the team that they're riding for currently.
Okay. I feel like
I'm going to say the name.
I'm going to put a guess in the chat.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Put it in the chat. This is actually quite interesting.
Yeah, because Am doesn't know.
Yeah, everybody listening is fucking.
Oh my God, yes. You got it right.
That's right. Who's replacing them?
Who's replacing him? Let me think.
I'm sorry for the audio listeners, but you
can... no, you guys chat. I'm going to have a wee think.
Honestly, Moto2 is about to get interesting. It's
going to be saucy, and it does solve the issue of another team where they've got two really good riders at the moment.
Oh, that's the spoiler. That's too... You're going to have to cut that. That's too obvious.
Nah, I'm leaving that in. Well, no, because, there's a lot of teams with two really good riders in there. So. But yeah, you don't know. I could be talking about Moto 2, 3 teams. Could be talking about Moto 3 teams. Could be talking about both. Oh, that's it.
I don't know. Well, I mean, there are only two names that are kind of.
See, I told you it was obvious. Told you.
Yeah, yeah.
You're gonna have to cut that.
I'm leaving that in. I'll give people a little tasty hint, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
tidy. Yeah.
It's just there's so many rumors that
there are a lot.
If they pull off, like some are obvious, and then others are like, whoa.
Well, I mean, if I can make a half decent guess, then I'm sure a lot of the listeners.
I'm not on about that particular one. I'm on about other ones.
Yeah, but there are a few. One that I said that would happen last year that didn't happen because he stayed in Moto 3 that's now happening, and they're in talks. Yeah, I want to wrap this up a little bit because it's getting on. So we'll go through. We'll do the predictions, and then we'll talk a bit about this class race, and then we'll go on.
Let's do it.
So if you don't know already, we do predictions every week. We basically predict podiums.
I tell you something. What they should have put on that bingo was Declan has to explain the predictions.
Oh yeah, let's.
But then that's a guaranteed shot every week, though.
What's the bingo? So the bingo, right? For everybody asking.
I love the bingo. It's so good.
Where is it? So I can't remember his name. Hold on, I'm terrible with names. Going through.
Yeah, that should be called Declan.
Yeah. So Eddie Leeson, I know you're listening. So they've got a drinking game for the podcast, and him and his mates pre-drank to Magello to our podcast because they have no life apparently. And instead of pre-drinking to anything else, he pre-drunk.
What I don't get
to this podcast.
They were out drinking on a Monday. Come on, lads.
It's a nicely made table, to be honest. It's got the logo. It's got a little emoji. It's good.
Actual effort. Yeah. But like, come on, bro. You're pre-drinking to this crappy podcast. Come on. But,
you've got to wonder where your life would go if you're doing that.
Yeah, so there's 12 things they have to drink for, right? So I'll read them out. So it's Declan starts a sentence with "now, obviously."
You'd be smashed half hour in. That's the thing.
A mention of minions or the minion helmet.
Nice.
A crash or incident is described as gnarly.
That's you.
Yep. Jacob gets distracted by Alicia Spargo's wife whilst talking about Alicia the Aprilia.
See it? Didn't today?
Yeah. Any mention of a wet weather transition to a discussion of the size of Brad Binder's balls.
Yeah.
The phrase fair play is used. I say that a lot.
There's been a lot of those.
That's you. There's a lot of it is you as opposed to us. I don't think it was updated for Cam either.
No. Insert young rider's name here. Is a future MotoGP world champion. I never say MotoGP now. I just say future world champion.
Yeah, it could be anything.
I think it counts though. I'd still have a shot to that.
Yeah. Declan has his own joke. Well, what can I say? I'm just funny, right?
There it is.
Discussion about younger riders leads to any of the hosts mentioning how old they feel.
Yeah, that's me.
Every podcast.
That's me as well.
Talking about people on the EMR Facebook page can't take a joke. They can't take a joke.
No, they can't. Straight up.
Argument rises over which is better, MotoGP or World Superbike. It's World.
Anyway,
we're going with Yamaha. Thank you, Yamaha. Anyway, we'll talk about that later on. Jacob complains about his stupid outside prediction, then makes a stupid outside prediction.
Yeah. And do you want to know what the worst part is? They come true a week fucking later. My outside predictions never work on the weekend. It always works the weekend after.
Yeah, they do. Quite funny. So yeah, going into these predictions. So leaving Sachsenring and heading to Assen. So firstly, the points. So we do predictions every week, and you can take a shot if you think that this goes on the bingo. Explain the predictions. We predict it, and basically you predict a rider's place on the podium, and if you get certain points if you get some right. So yeah, a point for any place. So if I put Sasaki to finish second and he finishes third, you get 1 point. You get 1 point if you correctly predict pole position. You get 5 points if you correctly predict the podium. For example, if you predict Masia to finish second and he finishes second, you get 5 points. If you correctly predict the winner, you get 10 points. You get 15 points if you get the entire podium correct, but the positions are incorrect. You get 20 points if you get all the positions on the podium, but incorrect, but pole position correct. if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You get 25 points if you get the podium correct and the positions correct order. And you get 30 points, which is the maximum. You get the podium positions correct and pole position.
You know what we should do?
No.
We should get someone to write you a script for that, and then you could just read it each week. Be a lot easier.
No. Just have it as a soundbite that we can just copy.
Yeah, just like
So for Moto 3, the pole position. So the points. There's leaderboard coming into Assen from Sachsenring was me leading with 160 points.
Ridiculous.
Second place, I'm amazing, was Ryan, who missed Qatar and is second with 97. Then
sensible.
Jacob in third with 96, and then Cameron trailing behind in fourth with 89. So in Moto 3, it was Sasaki the pole position. I went for Foggia, Jacob Guevara, Cameron Onshu, and Brian Guevara. So 0 points scored. In third place, Garcia scored or finished third. My predictions. So Sasaki won the race, first Moto 3 win. Then there's Guevara second and Garcia third. Oh my God, I've messed up.
Oh, you give yourself 20 extra points.
Probably.
I haven't. No, don't worry. So I put Garcia first, Guevara second, and Sasaki third. So I got the podium correct in the wrong position. So I get 15 points.
Of course.
Cameron went for Guevara win, Masia second, and Garcia third. This Jacob went for that.
Yeah, close.
So Garcia was correct. So Jacob gets 6 points. Cameron went for Garcia win. No, Guevara win. I'm tired.
You just can't read.
Garcia second and Sasaki third.
So
Cameron gets 15 points.
Oh, wait, I went the same as you.
Yes, you did. In the
good tactic, it seems.
Order, but not the same. Yes.
Good draft, isn't it?
Yeah. Ryan went Guevara to win, Sasaki second, and Foggia third. So Ryan gets 2 points. So, leaving Moto 3, I lead with 175 points. Cameron is promoted from last to second with 104. Jacob is third still with 102, and Ryan goes back to last with 99.
Can I just point something out to you, Cam?
No.
Look what happens when you don't put McPhee on the podium.
I know, right? I'm not going to put him on the podium again, because if he hadn't panicked, I nearly blamed Munoz for that. I did initially until was it Munoz?
It was a fair assumption.
I mean, but he didn't even touch him. He just panicked and binned it.
He just saw his MotoGP future go, didn't he?
I know.
Oh, Masia, I still feel so bad for you. Here we go. I'll just go from break.
Sympathy crash.
Yeah, look what happens. You don't put him on the podium, and suddenly you get points. Just saying.
Isn't it? Yeah, going into the actual race, though, I'm so happy for Sasaki. Finally got a win. Finally. It feels like it's been forever.
He deserved it at Qatar. And let's be real.
Yeah.
For that little dodgy high side with the electrics, he would have had it. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't say it wasn't deserved.
Yeah, and I'm actually really impressed with Artigas because he's come from nowhere. Like he is. I'm really disappointed by him this year, to be honest, because he won in Valencia. You know, he's now on a KTM. You're like, oh, you know, this is it. This is the year you're going to do it.
It's a harder transition, do you think?
It is, but you know, like he got fifth, which is great. But he should be winning races. He was battling with Guevara and Pedro Acosta for 2020 Chev Moto 3 title.
He will.
And
he's good. He will end up.
He's an amazing rider.
Yeah.
He's a freaking phenomenal rider, but he's not at the level that Guevara and Acosta are.
Can we just talk about Sergio Garcia for a second as well? How the hell did he get third?
He got Suzuki at out of the last corner. Like Suzuki,
you don't do what he did.
Suzuki got out of the last corner, still in third, and got drafted to the line.
Suzuki's post said, "What the fuck was I doing?" Basically, exact quote. Don't shout at me for swearing. That was his Instagram post.
But it's 0.007 between the two.
Yeah, Suzuki basically just said he was a pussy out the final corner. Said, what WTF was I doing? He said.
Fair play. But yeah,
is that two really shots right there?
Yeah, that is. Oh my god, it is.
Out for what?
Sorry, I said fair play twice. Oh wait, hold on. Fair play.
That
Yeah, enjoy
you're
that.
You're going to get done for manslaughter here.
It depends on their drinking, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I mean, if it's like cola sours, they're all right. If it's absinthe, they're on the floor.
Yeah, and
there's variations to this.
And Munoz got the full blame from the Leopard team for Foggia's crash.
Yeah, why? It was the same as in Moto2 with Vietti and Bobia. It was zero contact. I did say at the start,
the original, that there was contact, but there wasn't.
No, there wasn't. Like, it was just zero contact.
Foggia just got sent wide and he went over the big curve and crashed. And apparently it's Munoz's fault. So
just turn one, wasn't it? Yeah.
Munoz is the new Zarco.
Honestly,
when everything's gone wrong, you blame Zarco.
Sometimes Leopard just need to belt. Simple as that.
And I'm glad to see Holgado in 6th as well. He is a good rider.
For me, though, where it is qualifying, I was expecting a podium.
Yeah, me too.
Boring, right?
I'm just tired. Like, I've barely slept.
Stop out, that's why.
Why?
Because I was at Goodwood.
Goodwood, eh?
I got to see Wayne Rainey go past on his 500cc Yamaha.
Yeah, that's honestly very special. Nice.
It was wounding me how disinterested he was in Goodwood.
Oh yeah, I just wasn't asked about it at all.
Like I would have been there, and I just
I was looking at the bikes like, this is great, and the cars I was like, I just don't care.
He was just stood in front of like a $20 million Ferrari, and he just didn't even know what he was in front of.
Yeah, but you know what? I wasn't even stood in front of it. I walked past it, took a photo, and walked off.
Yeah,
like all the photos you saw that honestly, I took, I just was like, just going click, 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 click.
It just
click.
Wounded me, man. Wounded me.
Just didn't care, but it was free, and I got paid for it. So
yeah. I understand.
That's better than free.
I wish you nerded out more. So.
Yeah, it is what it is.
The Goodwood thing as well. But just quickly, how good was it to see all the 500s going up the hill?
With Danny behind them on the R16 as well.
On the last day. But
I found that really cool, but I thought it was really cool, but also I didn't get it. Like, why is Danny there on an RC16?
Well, it's my background as well, funny enough.
It was a baffling one, but it's like, I'm never going to turn down a chance to see Danny Pedrosa on a bike, you know what I mean? So
no, totally, absolutely. That's what I mean. Like, really cool. Yeah, wish I'd seen it, but why did it happen?
Kenny Roberts, Kevin Schwantz, and Wayne Rainey all going up the hill together on a 500. Is there anything better?
You will never see anything like that ever again. Those people will never be conjugated like that ever again.
No, well, they were interviewing at the top of the hill on the live stream on the Thursday. Oh, it might have been the Friday. And Duan said, I'm only here because of Rainey. I wouldn't be here otherwise. He's straight up about it.
That's cool.
Duan's great.
He just said, it would have been a few years before I was here again, but I wasn't missing this opportunity, he said. Yeah,
it's once in a lifetime. Like, I'm so glad I got to see it for my own eyes.
Yeah. Whoa.
Wow. Yes. Going back to Moto3.
Good race. A lot of passing.
Yeah, it was
a lot of action.
Solid.
Yeah.
Liked it.
Going
back to the title standings quickly, to read these off. Garcia's title lead has been cut down even more. At one point, it was over a full race, and now it's 3 points to Guevara in second. Dennis Foggia is 67 points behind.
Oof.
The Sasaki, despite missing 2 races, now gained another place and is now 69.
Take a shot.
Points over. And then Messia in 5th, and Onshu, who has finished yet another race.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In 6th.
Yeah, I do think Foggia's cut his goose now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has. Screwed it.
This isn't going to be his last again, is it?
Tatsuki Suzuki 7th, Andrea Migno 8th, Carlos Tatai 9th, and Javier Artigas.
What the hell has happened to Mick? You haven't even mentioned him in the last 4 races.
Who?
He just kind of won and dipped. I don't know who that is.
Migno,
sorry. Min Go, because he's... That was so bad.
It's getting late. We need to add another thing to this drinking game. Like, tenuous bad jokes.
Declan gets too tired and makes terrible jokes. Right.
I tell you something as well. You know, I'd always say if Granny had wheels, she'd be a bike.
No, I've never heard you say that. What? Sorry.
But basically, I saw a thing the other day. It was like a post about if Top Rack was going to MotoGP or something. And someone commented, yeah, and if my granddad had 3 balls, he'd be a pinball machine.
What the hell?
I was screaming.
What the hell? Oh yeah, Top Rack tested the Yamaha as well and made
yeah,
0 photos of it. Great, well done, Yamaha.
That was a weird one, that was.
I waited all day for that. I got a press release of him just talking to Cal.
I'll be going an Instagram story from Cal Crutchlow with him hopping on the bike. Like.
Yeah, cheers for that, Yamaha.
Yeah, there's not much info come out of it, is there?
Not even a time.
None.
No,
not even a lap time.
What do you speculate that means? That he was good or just
he was shit? He crashed it 12 times and he's staying in World Super.
No, I think it means that they're currently working on a way to switch Morbidelli and Top Rack.
I think.
Imagine.
Honestly, yeah. As much as I love Franco, he's not coming back.
He needs to change of scenery, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He'd go well on the Aprilia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he would. Do all right. Right. I'm tired. Let's try and wrap this one up.
Moto2.
Moto2. Sorry. So, Dixon got pole. No one was predicting that.
Jake Dixon fan group was.
True. So Augusto Fernandez got pole. No, he didn't. Jake Dixon got pole. And me, Cameron, and Ryan predicted Fernandez to get pole. And Jacob went with Roberts. And it didn't happen.
It was close.
He was close to me. So the race went to Fernandez, who is my favourite for the title now.
Yeah, same.
Second, Agura, who came back from like nowhere. And then Dixon third. Well done, Jake.
Yeah, good job.
So,
yeah,
I went for Fernandez, Vietti, and a Renas third. Nearly got that right. So I scooped up 10 points. Jacob went for Vietti to win, Lowe second, and Fernandez third. So I don't know.
1 point.
I have given you two.
Yeah, 1 point.
I have given you two.
Vietti, I don't know what Vietti was playing at those last 2 laps. He set the fastest lap of the race on the final lap.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't he just do that a lap before?
Yeah. It's a bit weird. And then Cameron went for Fernandez first, Agura second, and Aldeguer third.
Ooh.
Cameron gets 15 points.
Yeah.
And Ryan went Fernandez first, Agura second, and Lowe's third. So he gets 15 points.
Wow. I'd say Ryan was closer because he put a Brit in third.
Yeah. So the standings
finished.
The standings now are me with 185 points, Cameron back in second still with 119, Ryan in third with 140, and Jacob stone dead last with 103.
He's outside predictions then working, are they?
Oh, it's spreading out.
That's spreading like you're not going
to do it. Don't do it.
Like
your
Nutella
on toast. I'm getting tired. I need to shut up. So, obviously, Augusto Fernandez did win the Moto2 race. I'm so impressed, genuinely. Vietti finished? I thought Vietti crashed out.
Yeah, he got both.
I thought he crashed out.
No, Agura should have. By all accounts.
I genuinely thought Vietti crashed out.
No, Vietti, he qualified poorly. He came through Q1 again. No, he didn't this time, actually. No, he was straight through Q2. Yeah. Look what happens. He didn't come through Q2 and he didn't get anywhere near pole.
Yeah, he's Q2. But
Agura nearly stacked it twice at the start of the race. How he stayed
he was like 18th at one point.
Yeah,
I know.
Second.
Because honestly, it looked like he had a dead tyre. It was insane.
I thought he had an issue. I thought he had a problem. Yeah, because he did, like you said, nearly crashed twice. He was behind Zonta at one point.
Yeah, he nearly went to the moon like 3 times overall.
Yeah.
It was,
that was a hell of a ride.
He was living life in the fast lane 100%. He was.
Man's been playing too much Kerbal Space Program.
Yeah,
just over half a second back
at the lead.
Both talking at the same time. What did you say?
You first, Jacob.
Trotter crashed out of the lead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lowe's crashed out of. No, he didn't. He went wide first corner. Arenas crashed out of a podium position. So it's
Bobia crashed out of contention.
Bobia crashed out of 4th despite no contact.
Yeah. What do you say, Cameron?
I forget. Oh, yeah. He was just over half a second from the lead, which is wild considering he was 18th at one point or whatever.
Yeah.
Way back. Hell of a ride.
But,
good job.
Yeah. For me, like I've said on the last podcast, if Fernandez can continue this form, he's the only rider I promote to MotoGP.
Yeah.
As long as he keeps his form and takes the title. And he is killing it at the moment. But if you get he does this thing where he does amazing in the middle of the season and then disappears again.
Yeah, he's done this the last 3 years, hasn't he? He won an Assen for Pons in 2019, then did a square root of fuck all.
It got up to second of a championship and was going to battle for Alex Marquez's championship. It just disappeared.
Yeah. So, I think he got something 21st at Aragon, didn't he? And then just that was the end of it.
Fell apart. But I'm quite happy with Dixon to put it on the box again. Really good. Good for the Brits. Good to see that Rory Skinner's been confirmed for Silverstone and Austria wildcards as well. Cameron, our Scotsman, is now cheering.
Our resident Scotsman is breaking up the Buckfast celebration.
Tenants. Buckfast is made in England.
Special brew.
Not only that, it's been confirmed that if he does well in these wildcards, he has a chance to do even more this year. With the hope of putting him on the grid next year.
What's the definition?
I think it's pretty much done already myself.
Yeah.
They want him, clearly.
What's the definition of doing well in the wild cards, though?
Not last.
I'd say for Rory, top 20.
Not last, I would say. Well, to be honest, even if he's last, but within touch, it's good enough.
And make significant progress from FP1.
If he's 7 seconds off FP1, 3 seconds off, and then gets it down to, say, a second off in the race, I consider that a job well done, even if he does come last.
Yeah, and then when he goes to Austria, which is a track he's not raced at since he was in the rookies, and he makes significant progress there, then again, is a good sign.
We've seen how hard it is to come from Superbike 2 Moto 2. I think it's easier to come from Moto 3.
Yeah, Dixon and obviously Bobier have both done it, and it's not been easy for him.
Superbike is basically a sofa in comparison, isn't it? It's not a race chassis. Whereas Moto 3 might not have the power, but it does have a race chassis. It has the stiffness.
Yeah, the stiff chassis, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can we get Skinner on here? Someone talk to Skinner.
He does actually like my page on his personal.
He does. Yeah. He likes... we could probably get him on, to be honest. Genuinely, I could probably get him on.
I'll just get him around my bit.
Yeah, sick.
Why not?
Run my gaff.
Run my gaff.
Yeah. But go back onto the thing there. I was quite impressed with the Renas. He qualified second. He's got a lot in him. Renas, he's there. Yeah, he's ready.
He's not mug. He's a Moto 3 champion.
Yeah. My rider of the race, though, Agura did well. Alonso Lopez for me.
Yeah.
He led the race early on. He did drop back to 8th, finished 6th. He has been through a hell of a lot since he got sacked from that Max Racing team. His career took a nosedive, and he's been through a hell of a lot the last few years, and he's back up there now.
Honestly,
he's leading races.
Yeah, he took picked him up.
Yeah, he took what's his face's ride?
Finati's ride.
Finati, yeah. Finati wouldn't have been 6th.
No,
Finati wouldn't have led.
Finati wouldn't have even led the race.
To be fair, Finati would have been a rookie. And Lopez did race pretty much the same thing last year, the same as Firmin. So that it is worth pointing out that he has come from a speed up to a speed up.
Yeah, of course.
So it just shows how good it is, really. The Bosco in terms of transition to the World Championship, just both a blessing and a curse, because it means too much is expected of you, and then you get sacked.
Yeah, who is it? I can't say, but there's a rider that's in talks with Bosco next year. Whoops. Oh dear, who's that? I don't know.
Lopez should have been on this grid from the start of the season. I don't care about nationalities.
He should have been
on the start of the season.
Yeah. And another rider who did really well, I'm impressed with, 2 of them actually. Manu Gonzalez, who came from Supersport and is 9th.
Mm-hmm.
He did race last year on the MV at Assen. From FP2 onwards when he got dragged in at the last minute. And the rider who was also meant to race in Moto 2 at Assen last year on the MV, Philip Salach in 10th, who did really well.
Is that public knowledge now?
We spoke about it on the podcast last year.
I'm not sure if it was public knowledge still. I did want to shout out Zonda because he was very good this weekend. He was quite close.
And SDK is
Sean
doing
as well,
really well.
Honestly, it wasn't a bad ride in the Moto 2 field, in my opinion. Even the proper back marker now, like Corsi and that, even they were nearer. Salach was amazing.
Yeah.
He's
Salach,
and Zaccone.
Zaccone's done well. Stalac, you know, he came out guns blazing at Qatar and was fifth, and you're like, wow, this is amazing. And then he's dropped off after that crash, but he's back now.
Classic
I think
Qatar. You can never judge anybody on Qatar.
Nope, that's it. Going
really good.
Wrapping up, it was a good battle though. But yeah, wrapping up the Moto2 for a minute. So Celestino Vietti leads the championship standings right now with 1, 2, 3 victories. Augusto Fernandez also has 3 victories, but Vietti has more second places, which means Vietti is the current championship leader with 0 points separating him and Augusto Fernandez. In third place is Ayagura with 1 point behind.
Wow.
And then next is the guy who I think probably would have won the thing.
Yep, is Aaron Canet, who obviously has had to miss out because those stopped bleeding. You got 5th place, you got Antonio Bellino, which I'm impressed by.
Yeah.
6th, Joe Roberts. 7th, Marcel Schrotter. 8th, Dixon. 9th, Pedro Costa, who broke his leg.
We didn't even mention that.
Ketchanto in 10th. We haven't mentioned that. So much has happened.
Yeah.
Pedro Costa broke his leg. It has been. I think the MotoGP chat will be quite short though, because we've already kind of discussed it anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pedro Costa broke his leg.
Just as he was finding form. Just as he was finding form, you know.
He's had a successful
for him. I'm gutted for him, but yeah.
Well, Matic, a guy who we know has a similar operation, he said, is not talking that he could even be back for Silverstone. Thinking no chance.
A broken femur.
But it was a clean femur break, apparently.
Right.
So,
still doesn't sound very nice.
Oh, no. I mean, it's better than a non-broken femur, you know what I mean? But it's like, I wouldn't fancy that, like, having the op either way. But he reckons because, like, they leave it open or something, that it heals super quick. Like, they don't wrap them or something. And he reckons he could be back for Silverstone. I'm like, you're off your head, bro.
Crazy. Right, let's move to MotoGP and round this up. So, prediction time. Final predictions of the squad. We're not doing the predictions of Silverstone. We'll do that in a few weeks.
A 5-week break now.
Yeah, so Bagnaia got pole. I went for Quartararo. Jacob went for Bagnaia and got it right. Cameron went for Viñales. Ryan went Quartararo.
Yeah, it's
Podium was Bagnaia, Bezecchi, and Viñales. I went for Espargaro to win, Quartararo second, and Viñales third, so I get 5 points. I predicted that shoot. Jacob went Quartararo to win, Espargaro second, and Bagnaia third, so Jacob gets a point. Cameron went Quartararo first, Viñales second, and
so close.
Espargaro third. So
I just didn't see Bez coming.
Nobody did.
No one saw Bez coming. Apart from his girlfriend. I'm going to shut up. Right. I'm tired. This is not PG anymore.
Well, to be fair, it's past the watershed in the UK. We're fine.
It's literally nearly 11:30. So Ryan went for Quartararo to win, Espargaro second, and Bagnaia third, who gets a point. So final standings, leaving Assen B with 190 in the lead. Cameron, 70 points behind, is with 120. Ryan in third with 115. Jacob in fourth with 105.
That's nice round numbers.
Yeah.
Nice numbers.
It's nice, isn't it?
The thing is, I'm pretty much guaranteed at least 1 point in MotoGP at this point, because Pecco, it's just, you're a fool to think anything else at this point. He's a pole hound. Control C, Control V in it. You know
but so's Martin, so...
He hasn't got a pole this year, He
has.
Yeah, surely.
Jorge Martin?
Yeah.
Has he?
Yeah, he's a weapon. Especially, he started strong.
I don't think he's had a pole this year, genuinely.
How do we find this out?
He has. Qatar.
Oh, Qatar. Then, that was it. And then Pecco's had like 5.
Yeah, but he's stuck him up. You got pole at Argentina, no, America. Was that Jorge as well? I don't think it was. I think
it was Pecco, wasn't it?
It was America. Yeah, it was Martin as well.
Oh.
He's got 2 poles.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Had 2 poles this year, Qatar and America. So, fuck you.
Well, we're tired.
The Rins had pole at America. Damn.
Wins?
Yeah, well, that's why I was so confused with myself. I was like, surely I want a fucking Suzuki. I can tell you that.
Are you mad? It was a Ducati 123, wasn't it?
Oh, yes. Of course it was.
No, it wasn't. It was a Ducati 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. See? But yeah, so obviously we've already discussed last shite. But Binder got through to Q2 for the first time in a while. KTM both got through after battling in Q1.
They
first time in like
Q1,
6 races. Yeah, they were in Q1, but they got through for the first time in like 6 races. Binder did well in 5th.
Brad Binder is so solid. He's so solid.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
KTM
he just does everything right, doesn't he?
Yeah, he just gets on with it, man. Just brings home points.
Yeah, like he literally is just, he's the kind of rider you want to be your lead rider.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And he is. He will be.
That's why KTM kept him and not Miguel. No offense, Portugal.
Him and Miller will do really well next year.
Yeah.
But
I think they'll clash. I can't see 2 massive personalities like that going along.
I don't know. We'll have to see. But and in 8th place, Johan Mir was the first Ducati. No, first. Oh my god, first Japanese bike. No, first Japanese bike, which is the first time since like 1975, I think that happened.
Really?
And first in lane 4.
Yeah, but that doesn't really matter because there's only like 2 of them on the
all
grid.
All the Yamahas basically just decided to have a nice lay down.
Yeah, and so last time at the Sachsen Ring, it was the first time that Honda didn't finish a race in the points since 1982. This time, it was the first time that Yamaha didn't finish a race within the points since 1985.
Yeah, I said Suzuki's next.
Yeah. So
it's like, imagine Ducati don't score points in Silverstone.
God, now that would be a feat. But
like literally, they would all have to crash because there's not enough bikes.
Yeah, but Mir had an interesting start, didn't he? He had Miguel Oliveira hit him and knock his wings off, and then he got hit by Marini going into T1.
The thing is,
you're like, bruh.
the start with that, everybody was really angry about that, and I don't understand why. Because it's like you can't control a wheelie and bike to a point.
Yeah. And the speed and power and
milliseconds,
ferocity that these things are pulling away at. You can't make finesse moves like that.
They're doing 0 to 60 faster than World Rally cars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's split-second decisions. I find it incredible, like when you actually stop and analyze it, that everybody don't just smash into each other off the start or into T1.
Yeah.
The skill required is just so good.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, there's not really much notable. Zarco went from 5th to 4th to 3rd to 2nd to 13th.
Yeah. The thing is, you know what did it, don't they? They were talking about it in the press conference. And if they just shut up, he'd have won.
You're probably right, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't bring attention to it, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. And Bastianini once again finished outside the points because he's the most inconsistent rider I've ever seen.
Didn't finish outside the points.
No, he didn't. He did finish outside top 10. Sorry. Literally, I need to go to bed.
I was going to say he didn't finish outside the points.
I just want to eat a Magnum and watch Peaky Blinders.
Oh, that sounds good.
That sounds like a 45-year-old single woman.
Maybe I am a 45-year-old single woman. That's what I identify as now, right, Lemina?
And Magnums are shit anyway. Get a Solero.
Oh, piss off with your shitty opinions.
Go to bed, Jacob. Go to bed.
Great Magnums over Soleros. Shut your face.
Chocolate.
And then Ben and Jerry's over everything. Just saying.
Chocolate. Well,
okay, that's an okay opinion.
But
Haagen-Dazs though.
Cam will agree with me because I have the vegan Ben and Jerry's.
Well, yeah, it's great, but like you get vegan Magnums as well, and they're also great. So,
I don't make it because obviously my daughter can't have milk, so we have to get on the vegan ice creams. And I found the vegan Magnums, they end top tier.
Jacob just doesn't like anything good.
So, no, I do like Magnums, but yeah, like the vegan ones, they're a bit off. It's weird.
Okay, right.
Anyway,
in this podcast, I'll do this this championship standings. So, Fabio Quartararo leads with 172 points, 21 points behind him is Aleix Spargo. 151. Third place is still Johan Zarco, who deserves a factory site. with 58 points. Bagnaia has jumped up the standings to 4th with 66 points behind. What are you fucking laughing about? Shut up. Tired. Then Bastianini in 5th with 105 points, 67 points behind. Then Binder 6th, Miller 7th, and Beer 8th. 9th Rins, and 10th is Miguel Oliveira.
I find it inconceivable that Rins is still top 10 in the championship.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
And Bastianini should not be 67 points back. That's terrible.
Well, he scored 105 points, and 3 of those have been wins. And then the other 7 races, he has scored 40 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no consistency there, is it? But
no.
As I said, Zarco's not going to win a title, so...
Yeah, that's why he's going Pramac, and you got flipping Jorge Martin that in 11th with 70 points.
Martin
and
has missed races,
4 DNFs to his... A 0 at Jerez.
Missed finishes, not missed races, but yeah.
And Miguel Oliveira has scored 7 points the last... He's finished in 9th place last 4 races.
It's consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done, Miguel.
Yeah, so basically, if we predict him 9th now in Silverstone, he'll win.
Yeah,
yes, but probably not.
Imagine that. Right.
Okay.
I'm tired.
Good night, everybody.
It's been 101 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I hope you're not too drunk playing along with the shot game thing, whatever it is, drinking game. But yeah, sick. We'll try and get a guest on, and yeah, blood. Wait, we can get a guest on the next podcast. Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
we're doing it on the 8th.
I just sent you the text, yeah.
We'll have a guest on next time. Stick. Right. Hope you enjoy this podcast, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.